Well, I think I mean, if you feel like what you're doing, it depends on if you're I mean, full-time art can still have a side job,
Mhm.
it really can. There's nothing that says you can't be a full-time artist and have a side job. Because when I was getting started, I had a side job, but I was still painting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would stay up and paint all night if I had to. I think it has to do with a lot has to do with what you're producing and if you feel confident in it. And confidence is a big thing. Um, I think if we get a certain level of confidence at being able to achieve what we want in a painting, not that we ever do achieve it, but a little bit of it, um, then you go for it. But the brass tacks of it is, I think, entering different competitions. I think that was a lot for me because it got me I entered all the pastel things I could, and I think that got me a comfort level. It also got me some notoriety or name recognition or whatever, but it also put me out there where I could see what other people were doing and doing successfully. The gallery thing, I can honestly tell you, going back all these years, the gallery that was willing to take me, and this was pretty much when I was out of art school, was totally the wrong gallery. But
Mm.
I was so excited to be in a gallery that I did not care. I was just grateful to be in a gallery. But what that did for me actually is it made me able to go on to the next gallery, and it gave me credibility because I was in a gallery. So I think if you want to have a life as a professional, you have to build your credibility. And I was a plein air painter. I've done a lot of plein air before Tucson heat chased me into the studio to do still life. But I painted with the Rocky Mountain plein air painters when they were still painting together. And two of the galleries I'm in came about because I was at those events and competing in their shows because we'd have to hang a show at the end of it. So I think you need to get out there and get visibility. And I know Instagram works now and blogging works. I'm not a blogger. It's not that I don't want to be, I just get overwhelmed. But visibility, credibility, and doing the absolute best that you can. I still think to this day, you don't put your work out if it's not your best. And I think Richard used to say, talking about galleries and shows, good work doesn't bring bad work up, bad work brings good work down. So you want to put the very best you've got out when you start exhibiting because you're judged by that. Um, I'll never forget this. I had a doctor in one of my classes in Tucson, and he came in and he brought this painting, and he's sitting there explaining to me that, well, it looked like this and this and this. And I said to him, that's what I said. I said, so and so, when you're hanging in a museum someday, nobody knows what it looked like. They only see what's in your painting. So your painting has to work. I can't see whatever, mountain was out there or tree or anything else. I only see what you bring to me. So what you put out has to be your best, certainly at the time that you're doing it. And the truth is, none of us can do better than what we're able to do in this painting at this moment. So you only put your best out. I have probably hundreds of pastels and paintings in here that are not my best, that never went anywhere. Every once in a while I look at them and I'll think, this has blah blah blah. Maybe I might go back and work on it, maybe I might not. But I keep the ones that have something in them. A lot of them are not finished because they weren't going anywhere. But I'm probably very self-critical on what I do put out there and what I do think works. So you have to have that critical voice, but you have to build on your positives and recognize when you've done something that works and works well. That's what goes out. That's
Yes.
my advice.